And as you can imagine, this incoming snow is not welcome news for the travelers still stuck at DIA after those hundreds of Southwest Airlines cancellations.
As of tonight, more than 2,500 Southwest flights were canceled today in the U.S. And nearly 300 of those Southwest flights were again canceled at DIA after the airline already nixed more than 2/3 of their regular flights today. To put that into perspective for you, those cancellations account for more than 53% of Southwest flights that were scheduled to leave DIA today. Another 270 Southwest flights are already canceled at DIA for tomorrow. And now, as you can see behind Bayan Wang, there's still hundreds of suitcases at DIA that are still needing to be reunited with their owners.
So, Bayan, that sea of luggage looks a little shallower tonight, but that's still ridiculous out there.
Well, Amy and Shannon, yeah, first of all, it is ridiculous, but to really judge the amount of how much more or how much less luggage is coming into DIA, unclaimed luggage that is a little deceiving considering those additional couple of hundred cancellations today. But you know, they are starting to group the luggage by type here. So we got like 50 some odd car seats, child car seats in one corner. Then as we continue to walk this way, they have snowboards, skis, fishing rods, golf clubs over here for folks, and they actually started to place letters on pieces of paper along the railings here to reference the origin city to try to make this whole process for folks trying to find their baggage a lot smoother, considering that they still have some flights that are coming in. They're using some carousels down there, but this entire area over here is sectioned off for unclaimed baggage. So we're seeing folks go through the luggage over here. If they can't find it, then they're waiting in this line over here. Some folks referenced it as the line of death, and we're talking about the Southwest Baggage Service Office line over here. About 3 hours ago, it was literally quadruple the size of what it is right now, to the point where some folks who started in the back told me that it took more than 4 hours to get to the front just to find out, that their baggage is not here. Maybe it's at the origin city, maybe it's sent to their destination. So unwelcome news there. But, you know, I think part of the delays for Southwest, at least what we were hearing from passengers, is the amount of employees that they have addressing all the passengers trying to find their baggage. Earlier today, when we saw those long lines, there was maybe one Southwest employee trying to get through dozens of people. And some passengers tell us within the last week that they saw some Southwest employees quit right on the spot.
We heard gate agents quit on the spot, just like, hey, I'm not dealing with this. Obviously a lot of frustration, because I think this problem, from what we've read online, it's been going on for a while.
I wouldn't go so far as to say the CEO needs to step down. I believe that there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and everybody needs to take accountability.
So that was the union president that we just heard from right there, for one of the unions representing more than 17,000 Southwest employees. And we apologize, there was supposed to be a little bit of context before we played that soundbite. He spoke to Congress today about all the different kind of situations that Southwest employees are dealing with. We're talking about, first of all, a shortage of staff. So some of them are working 16 to 18-hour days. And what he really expressed as a concern to Congress is a memo that Southwest sent out just 2 days before all the cancellations started, basically saying anybody who calls out sick better come up with a doctor's note or else they're getting fired. So I would say that the situation hasn't gotten too much better in the baggage claim area here at DIA, but it is something we're keeping an eye on and something we really hope solves itself before the new year. Amy?
All right, Bayan, thank you. Just no words. If you were wondering what the Southwest gates look like right now at DIA, well, they are pretty empty. Southwest has most of its gates in the C terminal, which looked like a ghost town. Lines of planes were just sitting outside the gates. Our photographer we sent to DIA said it was very eerie riding the terminal train, as almost everyone got off at the A and B terminals. No one exited at the last stop.
And now DIA is launching an investigation into how all this mess happened.
Over the next 2 weeks, the airport will hold what they call after-action reviews with Southwest, along with Frontier and United Airlines.
And today, Denver 7 got an exclusive interview with DIA CEO Phil Washington, who said this could have been prevented.
From what you know right now, Was this preventable?
I think some of the things could have been handled better, most definitely. You know, and listen, I'm not, you know, I can't talk too much about the routes and the point-to-point that we've heard with this particular airline. But I have to think that some things could have been done better. And speaking constructively, I want to find out what those are and how we can do them better. But the answer is yes.
And by the way, the airport does not have the ability to fine or penalize carriers for canceled flights.